um, to be a successful communicator here in the country. So, also additional information, as you have noticed, as time passes by, we are more open to accept other culture. For example, through K-pop and K-drama, we're able to at least be aware, or we're able to know the culture of Koreans, South Koreans, right? South Korea. And through that, we're able to also understand that somehow their language. But take note of this, guys. If we could, or if we accept the culture of other countries, of other nationalities, we must accept the culture of our ethnic groups, because they are our fellow Filipinos. And di ba parang nakakaano naman sa pagiging Pilipino mo na you could accept the culture of other nationalities, but you cannot accept the culture of those ethnic groups, including the Mangyans, the ethnic groups in Mindoro, and the Bajaus, right? So I hope that somehow you are aware and open to accept the culture of those ethnic groups. So let's proceed. Okay, so as said here, communication in the modern world must be anchored on the concept of diversity. So what are your thoughts about this? That communication in the modern world must be anchored on the concept of diversity. Anyone? Any opinion regarding this third concept? Sorry guys, there's some messages appearing on my screen. Pag yun ang pansinin, naka-open siguro yung messenger ko. Okay, yes, Miss Ashara.
Siguro po, having an effective communication, and it will lead to the ability to understand different and cultural differences are skills that have become important not only for the meaningful societal life, but also for a successful professional.
Okay, that's right. In order for us to be a successful communicator, we must also be aware, or we must also understand the culture of other people. So, meron pa? Wala na. Okay, yes, Miss Anyalka.
Communication is also important na based in the concept of diversity since it will also help promote the inclusivity of other people as long as time po yung mga other factors na that may hinder them from expressing themselves or from other misunderstandings po.
I'm so sorry, guys. Sabi ko mag-message, lalo nag-message. Okay, so yes, it is important that communication is anchored on the concept of diversity, just like what you have mentioned, both of you. Because even though that we are aware that we people differs from each other, I think through being aware, kasama doon yung that you respect the differences that we have, diba? Because in communication, it's important to be sensitive of the differences that both the sender and the receiver has. Okay, have. So next one. Professionals from countries that are traditionally known for sticking to their native tongue have started to learn English. So, what countries do you know it are starting to learn English? Um, yes, Mr. Ryoji. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Can you correct me? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, yes, that is correct. Koreans are learning English as the internationally considered lingua franca with the concept that learning English does not make them less of a Korean. Actually, learning English would open greater opportunities. They believe that learning English as the universal language will open greater opportunities, especially us Filipinos, di ba? Lagi tayong may thought na pag nakagraduate ako, mag-abroad na ako. Or pag naging professional na ako, mag-abroad na ako. Given the salary that's much better in abroad compared here in the Philippines, right? That's why through learning English, through enhancing our speaking skills, we could have greater opportunities abroad. So yes, Mr. Aaron.
One of the also
Oh,
one of the
sorry.
countries
Yes.
one of the countries po na nag-aral po sa English ay ang Korea po. It is because po, it would be hard for them sa mga brands po nila like kung sinabi po ni Ryoji or sa mga pinoproduce po nilang mga let us say people or products, it would be hard for them to communicate kasi parang how they will be able to showcase them or introduce them to other countries.
Yes, that's right. Because yeah, we all know that South Korea, sila yung isa sa mga nagpo-produce ng mga good skin products, right? That's why dito sa atin nauso yung skincare, right? And I think yeah, their businesses have boost because of today they are starting to learn English to promote their products. Okay, thank you to the both of you. Now let's proceed to the fifth concept, which says that digital technology has erased territorial boundaries among countries and among people with varying cultures. So it is evident naman how technology erased territorial boundaries. We're able to communicate with each other though we're living in different places, right? And advancement in technology have expanded as time passes by. So, yeah, as said here, there is a need to develop graduates and professionals who are multiculturalists. So, why do you think so? That there is a need to develop graduates and professionals who are multiculturalists? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Ryoji. Okay, yes, actually, that's right? Because for us to have a successful professional career, we must know how to adapt on a certain culture. For example, yeah, just like what he said, um, his cousin is working with a Japanese company. Therefore, at least he must be aware of the culture of Japanese people since they are coordinating with each other. So thank you, Mr. Ryoji. And yes, so now let's proceed to the miscommunications in global setting. So actually, these miscommunications happened in the business world. So as you all know, Africa and the Middle East, they have low literacy rates, right? That's why doon sa mga products nila, kung ano yung nandoon sa, nakaprint sa, for example, sa box, kung ano yung nakaprint dun sa box, yun yung laman ng box na yun. That's why when when Gerber have started selling their products in Africa and Middle East, people thought that there's a baby inside because of the image of the baby. That's what's inside this jar is a baby. So this is one of the miscommunications happen in the business world or in a global setting. So next one, this Irish mist. So there's some miscommunication there because mist in Germany, it happened to be a crap. I mean, mist means crap in Germany. That's why when they've started selling their this product, the German people thought that it's a crap. And next one, so Odette and Yoni. So this is pronounced as Yoni. Why? So it is a skin product or skincare product. However, yoni means female genitals or uterus in Sanskrit. And actually, yoni is a representation of the Hindu goddess, goddess Shakti. That's why it also led to miscommunication. So through all these miscommunications, we could say that it is important for us to know the issues, etiquette, protocol, communication styles, and negotiation approaches of people from different culture. And cultural differences have accentuated cultural insensitivity, which is most felt in the business world. So they are connected with each other because I hope that not just for the sake of promoting a product globally, I hope that those companies also know how to analyze or know if are aware of the content of their products, especially what's they're gonna put on that specific product, if it will violate a certain culture, a certain belief. I hope that they were able to analyze those things, not just for the sake of promoting their product globally. Dahil katulad nga nung mga naunang product, di ba? We could say that somehow a certain culture was violated. Okay, so next one, yan. So it is one of the examples of um, that shows a lack of cultural sensitivities. So first one, McDonald's spent thousands on a new TV ad to target the Chinese consumers, yet it caused an uproar. Why? So yes, their target are the Chinese people. However, on the ad, it featured a Chinese man who's begging to a McDonald's crew to accept his expired discount coupon. And for the Chinese, or in the Chinese culture, begging for them is a shameful act. Because we all know that Chinese people are very business minded. That's why for them, begging is a shameful act. That's why the ad of McDonald's received lots of public complaint because of that. So next one, McDonald's then also unintentionally offended thousands of Muslims when it printed an excerpt from the Quran. We all know how sacred the Quran is for the Muslims, and for them, picturing it or printing an excerpt is considered sacrilegious or something that violates their sacred belief. So I hope those are clear to all of you. And yes, another one which shows a lot of cultural sensitivities. So yeah, I've mentioned earlier that in Africa, um, they have low literacy rates. That's why yeah, just like what I've mentioned, kung ano yung nakapin, yun yung laman ng loob. And we all know that this symbolizes fragile. That's why when boxes of such things arrive at the African port, African people or the workers that there thought that those boxes are full of broken glasses. That's why they threw all the boxes to the sea. So lalo lang nabasag, di ba? Lalo lang nabasag yung nasa sa loob ng boxes because they threw all those boxes to the sea believing that those are full of broken glasses. So yeah, so those are some instances that happen in the business world or in a global setting. So yes, as cultural insensitivity is felt in the business world, it can also be felt in everyday communication. So for example, this one, showing the sole of a shoe. So sa tingin nyo, kaninong paniniwala na considered siya as impolite? Kaninong specific group? Saang specific specific group siya considered impolite. Ang showing the sole of a shoe. Any guess? You can type your answer on the chat box and then I will read it. They are a religious group of people. Kanino tingin niyo na considered impolite ang showing the sole of the shoe? Which specific group of people? I think I've already mentioned them earlier, but not on the same example. Quran is very sacred for them. So those are the Muslims. Yes, those are the Muslim people because for them, feet is considered as we all know that feet is one of the dirtiest part of the body, and for them, showing it to the other person intentionally, it just shows lack of respect. Okay. So blinking rapidly. Which country do you think it is considered impolite? Which country do you think it is considered impolite? Blinking rapidly. It is in Asia. Actually, just uh, nearby. Nearby. Malapit lang siya sa Pilipinas. Just on the top of the Philippines. No, not Japan. Yes, Taiwan. So blinking rapidly is considered impolite in Taiwan because especially when you are communicating to someone with someone, for them, blinking rapidly just shows that you are disgusted, that you are bored, and you just showed disbelief when you are communicating. So yes, eating with your left hand. This is what this is considered impolite in the first one, India. So this is considered impolite in India because for them, the left hand is used for unsavory functions like, for example, wiping your bottoms or cleaning your feet. Though it's ironic because we all know how they made their food, right? So again, these are the instances that can be felt in everyday communication. So showing the sole of a shoe considered impolite in Muslim. So blinking rapidly in Taiwan and eating with your left hand in India. So that's why it is important to know the ethics and communication. So when can we say that a communication is ethical? Anyone wants to read the first one? Okay, just see it. Yes, Mr. Americano, Mark Cedric.
Communication is ethical only when it is genuine, open, cooperative, and sensitive to one's cultural and social beliefs and practices.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mark Cedric. So yes, communication is considered ethical. Just like what I am mentioning about. If you are sensitive enough to consider one's culture, social beliefs, and practices. So you must be sensitive to one's culture, social beliefs, and practices. And how about when can we say a communication is unethical? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Kasaw.
If there is an intent to conceal the truth or bring damage to any organization, group, or individual person, communication is considered unethical.
Thank you. So yes, communication is considered unethical if you conceal the truth. For example, you spread out false information like that, or by bringing damage to any organization, group, or even individual. But take note of this, guys, even though it's not your intention to bring damage, but the channel that you used itself brought damage to a person or organization, the communication is still considered unethical. Ang hirap maging tama. Even though it's not your intention, but the channel that you used brought damage, it is still considered unethical. Okay, so I hope that the differences between ethical and unethical communication are clear to all of you. So, yeah. So, what have you noticed in the picture? What have you noticed in the picture? How can you explain this on your own words? Or what have you noticed? Anyone? So actually, this is an ad from Dove, which yeah, it also received a lot of public complaints. Yes, Mr. Ryoji. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes, that's right. So, um, this just shows yeah, it received public complaints because they thought that the ad, though it's not the intention of Dove to features women with different colors, people or the public believe that it just shows racism with the skin color, given that right under the before text is a brown skinned woman, and right before the after text or under the after text is a fair skinned woman. And they considered is it offensive for the black people, especially that they are born having the skin color, right? So for them, it just showed racism, and also it just supported the stereotype that white is the only beautiful, because yeah, you have to be fair skinned for you to be considered beautiful. So that's what happened. That's why this ad has received a public complaint. So yes, as I've mentioned, on our last meeting, we all know how past experiences affects communication. It is considered as one of the barriers, right? So yes, a past experiences inhibit, wait lang, inhibit, wala, inevitably affects people communication styles in the future. So I have here four situations. All you have to do is to say how will you react in those specific situations. Okay, so I have here first one. Your parents reacted negatively when you opened up about your interest for a certain craft. For example, yes, you want to pursue electrical engineering. However, your parents didn't want you to pursue that course or program. How will you react? What will be your reaction? Yes, may I have Mr. Brigildo?
I would react po in a negative way to a certain degree, depending on how they delivered it po.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mr. Brigildo. And yes, Mr. Hermosura, Yoji. Okay, yes, thank you, Ryoji. So yes, you can also it's not always the parents who's educating their child, right? We though it's for the others, it's considered disrespectful, but for me, no. Since all you want to yung gusto mo lang namang anuhin is sabihin is that how relevant or how kung gaano kaganda yung course na gusto mo or how you love to do it or to pursue it, di ba? Parang hindi rin naman masama as a child or to also inform your parents about such certain situations, di ba? Okay, thank you, Mr. Ryoji. Next one, your colleague has forgotten some very important information many times in the past. For example, your classmate, he always forgot to send his activities. So, though it's not your responsibility, what will you do? Yes, Mr. Aaron.
The best way for this po, give him reminders every now and then to avoid messing up again. So if you keep him reminding of that reminder, it would be still in his mind, and to the point that you really don't need for them to inform it to him.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. And as a concerned friend, as a concerned classmate, yes, though it's not your responsibility, as you are all adults. So, yes, keeping him reminded of such activities will also help him improve, okay? So that next time, he will be used to it now. Okay? So, next one. A subordinate in a group that you lead disagreed twice in your suggestions. What will you do? Remember, for example, disagreed twice in your suggestions. What will you do? Anyone? Yes, Miss Ashera Iris.
Siguro po, I'll try to consider kung ano man po yung magiging opinion niya because as a leader po, we need to accept everyone's opinion po, especially po kung nasa isang um, group man po kayo and yun po.
Yes. Okay. So I think she's right because for us to be an effective leader, we must also listen to the follower or to the member, and that's the key to good leadership, right? You must also consider the suggestions, the opinions of your members. Thank you, everyone. Now, for the last one, your professor ignored your inputs last session. What will you do or what will be your reaction? Yes, Mr. Aaron.
Then it is the best way po for us to reflect na kung ano po yung kung ano pong ginawa po niya ay hindi naman po necessary na gawin din po natin yon at that certain point. But we must understand baka pa meron po siyang kino-consider before we accept what we have presented po.
Yes. So, yes, as a person, you must also analyze yourself if or the situation first before you react, or at least it's better if you would reach out to your professor, right? So I hope that I will not ignore your inputs later. Okay? So I hope that I will be considerate. Okay? So, yes, let's proceed. Thank you all for sharing your reactions with these situations. Yes, as we all know, prejudice is making certain assumptions that the same experience will happen with the same people given the same context. So, prejudice, for example, you have just confessed to someone, then um, you were rejected, and then the next time you fell in love, you are afraid to confess again because the same thing had has already happened. So that I think you're already making a conclusion to something that really, hindi pa nagsisimula. Nagkukuntog ka na agad, hindi pa nagsisimula. So that's what is prejudice. You're actually judging a certain situation before it begins because you already experienced it. And guys, please take note of this. Do not let prejudice affect a situation or a communication because mas mas magal para sa akin lang or maybe some of you mas okay yung ita-try mo kasi hindi mo ita-try kasi na-experience mo nung una natatakot ka na i-try sa pangalawa or the next time. Do not let prejudice affect a certain situation or a certain communication. Okay? So, yes, being committed in a communicative situation means giving sufficient time and resources to any discussion or conversation and being open about any issue that may arise. So, for us to be to show commitment in a communicative situation, we must be open for suggestions. We must also consider the reactions of other people. Okay? So, that's it for this. Okay? Now, by to show our commitment in a communicative situation and genuine interest, it is believed that, as we all know, words and body language are important in a communicative situation. And for us to improve our body language, it is believed that we could use this, the navel language or the bell button sign. Why? Because as said here, the bell button rule means the direction of a person's navel reflects his or her true interests. So, as said in the belly button rule, if someone is interested talking to you, they will point their belly button squarely at you while you are talking. Though we're doing this unconsciously, right? So to further understand this concept, I have here a picture. So through naval language or the belly button side, we could say um, if someone is interested in the conversation, and we could say if someone is not interested in the conversation. As you can see, they are facing each other, pointing their belly button side squarely at each other. However, this woman, her position just shows that she's not interested in the conversation. Even her leg just shows boredom, right? And even the man is not actually um, is not actually listening directly to the woman. I mean, he's just facing the woman, but not entirely listening to what maybe she is saying. Okay, so I hope that you could see the difference between the person or the people who are interested in the conversation using the bell button site and the person or the people who's not interested in the conversation using also the bell button site. Okay, so kaya pa guys? Kaya pa? Can you still
Pwede
follow?
pa, ma'am. Kaya pa
Pwede
naman.
pa. Kaya pa. Don't worry because so yes, this will be the last slide and I want you to remember that to communicate is to care and to communicate is to share and to communicate is to care. So meaning to say communication does not only confine with sharing information but also by being sensitive and considering other people while doing so. Again, communication does not only confine with sharing information, but also being considerate and being sensitive with other people while doing so. So, we still have a lot of time, and as promised, we'll be having our activity on the remaining hour because katulad nga na sinabi ko sa inyo, di ba? I don't want you to poproblemahin niyo pa yung subject ko sa bahay. Gusto ko dun sa time natin, sa 3 hours natin, 2 hours discussion, 1 hour for the activity. Para pagkatapos ng session natin, wala na kayong iisipin. Hindi nyo na kailangan gawin yung activity. Tapos papasa nyo next meeting, no. So, as much as possible, I want it to be 2 hours discussion, 1 hour allotted for the activity. So, since we're already done with the lesson, with the presentation, um, I'll give you a break and then be back at 3 p.m. Then we'll proceed to the activity. So I will give you an hour, and I hope that everyone will be mindful of the scheduled time because I will close the submission at 4 p.m. Okay, because I want you to be responsible of of the time, of course, and yes, I don't want you to be to do the activity after the class. So I hope that you could na makapagpasa kayo, you can submit the activity on scheduled time, okay? Or before the scheduled time. Pahinga muna kayo, guys. Then be back at 3 p.m. Then I'll explain the activity to all of you. Okay? Sige, ano muna kayo? Merienda muna kayo dyan. Merienda muna kayo dyan.